Good afternoon, everybody. Namaste. This is Shrikrishna N Joshi from IIT Guwahati, and I welcome you to the live session 2 of course Automation in Manufacturing. Well, through the spreadsheet which was circulated among you all learners, there are certain questions I received. I will be discussing these questions first, and then I will come to the chat box and I will take some of the questions. Well, my friends, we have completed week 10. The massive part of the course has been covered up, and 2 more weeks are remaining now. The next week is coming on pneumatic systems, and the last week is dedicated to CNC technology and programming. Both the coming weeks are very important as far as the automation is concerned, and we will have wonderful content in the next weeks as well. I hope all you are enjoying the content. You are getting a lot of information, a lot of knowledge of variety of areas. I'm getting such feedback through you, and I thank you for enrolling. I thank all the learners, those who registered for the examination. Well, let me take the questions one by one. So, one second year mechanical student has asked, like, sir, uh, where can we get the suitable internship after completion of this course? Which companies, industries, or IITs are helping to get such internship? Well, my friend, in the last live session as well, I answered the same question, but I'm repeating here as well. Automation is everywhere. Automation, we are having automation at our home as well, in offices, in your colleges. In a similar way, all the industries nowadays are more or less the automated system. So they may be having the degree of automation, maybe uh, less or more. It may be in percentage, you can say from 20% to 90%. So you can go to any industry. It's all your choice. It's all your interest, basically. Many industries, they are ready to give the internships. The automobile industries are helping a lot. You can approach. You are in. If you are in Chennai, you can approach Ashok Leland. If you are in Pune, you can approach Tata Motors. Or those who are in the northern part of India, they can approach the Maruti Suzuki. There are many industries in the other part of India as well. So based on your location, based on your choice, you can approach any manufacturing industry. Somewhere or there you will find the automated industry. One simple example is the lenscard.com. If you just go through the YouTube videos of lenscard.com, you will find they are having the wonderful automated lens manufacturing system, specs manufacturing system. So you just browse the internet, you will find all the information about the level of automation these companies are incorporating. If you approach the right person in the industry through whatever the channel the company has, you will definitely get it. As far as in IITs are concerned, all the IITs, they are having the mechanical engineering department, electronics engineering department, and there are interdisciplinary department as well. So if you can go to any IIT, any professor you can contact, and I'm sure you will get the opportunity to work with them. The next question is about the credit transfer. So one student has asked the question, sir, uh, explain the credit transfer of the online certification. So for the credit transfer related information, I request you to contact the NPTEL IIT Madras. You can write an email to the NPTEL IIT Madras on support@nptel.iitm.ac.in. So you write to them. The credit transfer, it's all depends upon the rules and regulations of your university or your college, and the modalities which are given by the NPTEL IIT Madras. The next question is on how many assignments out of 12 will be considering for the final evaluation. For final evaluation, 8 out of 12 assignments will be considered for your final evaluation. The best scores that you are getting for 8 assignments, top 8 assignments will be considered. And let me share the information about the assignment score. The assignment score, the weight for the assignment score is 25%, and the weight for the exam score is 75%. This information is already available on my automation in manufacturing course web page. On the front page itself, at the bottom side, information about the number of assignments are required and how to compute the assignment score, exam score, and how the marks will be assigned, and how will you get the certificate as well. That all information is given. I request you all to please read the instructions given, read the information given on the respective courses web pages. The next question is on how much. Now, next question is on how much questions will appear in final exam. So in final exam, you will be having 50 questions, 50, and all the questions are multiple choice questions. Every question will have 4 choices, and you have to choose the best one as far as your understanding is concerned. It may also have 1 or 2 questions which are to be which will be based on the formula, or you have to give the number instead of choosing a right answer. You have to use the calculator, and then you have to write the numerals in the space provided by using the online keyboard which is available. Yeah, one industry learner has requested to provide the information about the exam center, exam date, and the related information. This information will be provided by NPTEL IIT Madras only. You please contact the IIT Madras, the same email ID, that's support@nptel.iitm.ac.in. You will get all the information, and very soon they will be publishing. So it's very valid concern. Say you have to arrange the logistics to reach to your center. So if you write to them, they will definitely respond to you. Fine. Now I would like to take some of the questions in the chat box. Yeah, you may have the questions on the chat box, please. So I'm getting a lot of messages about the good evening and good afternoon. So you ask the questions related to the content, technical questions. Right. Regarding the hall ticket, my friend, I do not have the idea. I'm located in Guwahati, IIT Guwahati, and the administration of these all courses, as far as the exam is concerned, is at IIT Madras. The content creation and content delivery we are doing in IIT Guwahati. The IIT Guwahati has the CET team, NPTEL CET team. They are working on the content creation. But the exam and all these are being controlled by the NPTEL IIT Madras. How can I join discussion forum? Yeah, discussion forum. I think if you are enrolled, you are by default, by default, you are the part of discussion forum. So you can join now as well. You can be the part of that. But those who are enrolling the course, all are the part of the discussion forum, and those who are enrolled for the course, they are getting the announcements regularly. So whatever the announcements we are doing about the assignments and the material related to the course, all these are being provided to the learners through the email only. Right, very good. Pilot walls, right. So one question is on the technical side, and that is on the pilot wall. See, we are having very big size walls, and these huge size walls, let us consider the walls which we are using for distribution of water from the very huge tanks for the domestic purpose. The water pipes are huge, and the water volume is also huge. The water flow rate is also very high. So it is not possible for the human being to control or to operate the valves manually. Even mechanically also it is very difficult to operate the valves. So in that case we are using the pilot valve. In the pilot valve we are using the hydraulic energy itself, or we are using the pneumatic energy to operate these valves. So when we are using the hydraulic energy or the pneumatic energy to operate the hydraulic valve itself, that is called as the pilot valve. Right. One student, Yukta, has asked the question. Right. Very nice question. We Can you avoid? Why to avoid? I don't understand. If there is, the signal conditioning is inevitable part of the processing basically. So we are getting the raw signals. We are getting the raw data, and there is no harm in purifying the data. There is no harm in rectifying the errors which we are getting from the data. So analog is not a, you can say, the wrong input. Analog is the natural input that we are getting from certain systems. So deliberately we should not go for the digital inputs. Say constant and alloy, as I'm mentioning you. The alloy is having certain properties. If you are giving some tension or compression to it, there is a change in resistance. So that change in resistance, it's the analog signal, and we have to convert that into the digital signal. So in that case, in certain situation, the things are indispensable. So we cannot avoid, unavoidable. So in these circumstances, we have to go for the conditioning, signal conversion from analog to the digital. To just remove the option from analog to digital, we cannot. It would be meaningless to just drop the idea to use a certain sensor elements. Although it is working very fine, it is giving very good results. But just to avoid one device, usage of one device, let us not do that. So that is the concept here. There is no harm in adding the ADC to that is ADC, that is analog to digital convert. Fine. Any question? 18 are there. Okay. Yeah, from wait. Why there is no contents about basics of PLC for this course? Yeah, right. Programmable logic controller. Yeah, it's a very good area, but due to the constraint on the time, as you can see, the content of this course from the start to end, you can see there are a lot of aspects we are learning. It's a automation in manufacturing, so we should know the manufacturing area as well. There are many learners, those who are from non-manufacturing background. They are from electronics background or the instrumentation background. So it's essential to know the manufacturing processes as well. So unless and until you know the manufacturing processes, you cannot understand what to automate and how to automate. So how to automate is known to them, but what to automate is known to the mechanical manufacturing engineer. So here I would like to have the balance between the automation systems and the manufacturing systems. PLC is very good area, programmable logic controllers, but due to the limitation of time, we could not have much or elaborate discussion on that. But there are many other courses available, those who are very dedicated to the control systems and the logic controllers based electronics systems are available. So I request you to just browse through them and enjoy the content. Fine. One question I received regarding the exam preparation. Well, to prepare the exam, I request you all to listen to my videos regularly. So spending 3 hours per week. Some of the weeks were having less time. Basically, in 1 week was only having the more than 3 hours. But you listen to the videos or watch the videos, and that's the best exam preparation. All the questions are pertaining to the content which is discussed in the videos only. And as far as the question bank is concerned, or the pattern of question, the questions are very similar. The pattern is very similar to the assignment type of questions only. So if you just follow the way the assignment questions are prepared in a similar fashion, there may be questions in the final exam as well. So you can just browse through the material related to the content. At certain point, you may also find that certain words are not being understood by you. It may be due to lack of background of that area. So one industry person has wrote to me that hydraulic fluid, ideal hydraulic fluid. So he's from electronics background. So ideal hydraulic fluid, the properties are like it should have high thermal conductivity and high heat capacity. So, but thermal conductivity and heat capacity, thermal conductivity is it is you can say it can be understood, or it is self-understanding. But heat capacity, the material which are able to, the material which are having the ability to store the heat at a larger extent, that is called as the heat capacity. So in hydraulics, in actuators basically, so there is a lot of friction between the piston or the spools with the mechanical element, the bore. So during this operation, the heat energy generated is more, and if the hydraulic fluid is having a low heat capacity, there may be increase in generation of the local temperatures, and that increase in generation of local temperatures will definitely harm the hydraulic fluid. Its viscosity will get changed drastically, and if the viscosity of the hydraulic fluid is getting changed, that will certainly change the dynamics or the calculations that you have done to apply the pressure or the force. So therefore, the ideal hydraulic fluid should have high thermal conductivity and high heat capacity. It should be non-toxic, it should be economical, inexpensive, it should have balanced viscosity. I'm not saying very high viscous or very low viscous. The low viscous fluid is also not suitable. It should not be corrosive as well. It should protect the mechanical elements. So in this way, some of the learners may not be understanding the terms. So you have to browse the internet, you have to browse some of the books, and you have to get the information. So please note that this course is interdisciplinary course. It's not just targeted to one particular branch of engineering. It is having, you can say, the mixture or blend of various branches of engineering. You're right. So when both the control valves are closed, both the control valves, I'm not understanding what exactly the Kiran is trying to ask here. Both the control valves are closed, and how will the pressure regulator works to balance the pressure in the system? The hydraulic pump, when there is constant load applying on the cylinder, constant load apply on the cylinder. So in that case, for example, or let us take the example of the locking of the hydraulic cylinder itself. So when there is a constant load is being applied, or for example, if you consider a double acting hydraulic cylinder is used for the clamping operation. So when we want to clamp, we are closing down both the application ports, and we want to stand still the hydraulic cylinder at its given position. So in that case, to have this, either you close the ports, port A and port B, but continuous flow of pressurized fluid is on through the pump. So in that case, you have to use the pressure, or you can, here you have to use the pressure regulating valves, and through the pressure regulating valves, you can discharge the excessive fluid back to the tank or the sump. Or you can use the tandem kind of cylinders or tandem kind of valve, so which I discussed in the second lecture. Basically, the tandem valves are used. The tandem valves are having the passage from the pressure port to the tank port. So when the cylinder at its locked position, hydraulically locked position, the compressed fluid which is coming inside the valve, that would be transferred to the tank through a small gap, small ports which are there near to the tank port itself. So in this way we can control the system pressure. There are many other options available as well. So you can use the pressure regulatory valves, and the way we are having our cooking pressure valve, when the system pressure is increased, the valve will just get opened up, and there's excessive steam that will come out from the system. Yeah, there will be another one more live lecture would be there. There would be one more live lecture, and that is scheduled in the month of December. Yeah, December. So one student has asked about that, learner has asked about it. Can you increase the frequency of live session onwards? Okay. Yeah, sure. I will pass on this request to the NPTEL team. If they are ready, then it is a centralized policy basically. So we have to follow them. So it's a very good suggestion. I would also like to interact with the learners because that is the most effective way to get in touch with you. Well, I will pass on this. Thank you. Is there any question, technical question you may ask? No questions. So let us wait for a few minutes. Okay. If there are no questions, then within 2 minutes, I would like to wind up. If you are having any question, suggestion, please do share or please do ask. Right, one question is that butterfly wall or the ball wall, which is more used in the industry, all right? It all depends upon the application. The butterfly wall, the size of the wall is it's uh, it's quite large, and the ball walls are the size or the capacity are the smaller one. So for the fluid flows such as water, the butterfly walls are the used. For the viscous fluids, the ball walls are being utilized when the pressure is very high. But manufacturing of very huge size balls, it's a very difficult task. Metal balls, that too, big size metal balls. But butterfly, the discs you can manufacture of a larger size. So for the water purposes or for the fluid at a high flow rate, so we cannot say that this is large widely used and this is other one is not widely used. They do have their own applications in the industry. Uh, can you please simplify the classification of pumps? Oh, yeah, right. So classification of pumps, basically there are the broad classification is the hydrodynamic pump, and the other one is, or you can say the positive pumps, positive displacement, and non-positive displacement pump. So non-positive displacement pumps are called as hydrodynamic pumps, where you do not have the control basically on the volume. In the positive displacement pump, there is uh, the constant amount of the fluid, the constant amount of volume is being pumped. So that is a piston pumps are all piston pumps are called the positive displacement pumps. But the non-positive displacement pumps, say the centrifugal pump, which we are also using for our domestic operations uh, for water transport at our home. So these are the impeller based, those who are using the centrifugal energy for pumping. So we cannot ensure that we are getting a fixed amount of water at every rotation for per rotation of the impeller. So these are called as the hydrodynamic pump or non-positive based pump. So positive displacement pumps again do have the variety of the classifications, and non-positive displacement pumps, they also do have the classifications. So you might have seen the positive displacement pumps are having the gear pump or the G rotor pump. All these are the positive displacement pumps. And non-positive displacement pumps are the lobe pumps, and where the volume is not fixed, that to be flown. Thank you. Right. Which type of CAD or CAE softwares are used in automation? Fine. So CAD softwares, there are many established or CAD systems are there. The SolidWorks is the leading CAD software which is being utilized in the industry, and there are many more. Even there are CAE analysis softwares such as the Abacus or the ANSYS, the fluid flow softwares such as the Fluent and Gambit, the meshing softwares like the HyperMesh. Autodesk is another CAD CAM related software. And as far as the CAM is concerned, the CAM is having, or you can say the Siemens PLM. Siemens PLM is providing the entire product lifecycle management solutions. So many options are available in the industry. SolidWorks, CATIA. So you can choose any of them and then you can utilize. CATIA is the surface modeling software, which is very good in the surface modeling. So you can utilize them to develop the 3D part models. So nowadays, many CAD models do have the computer-aided manufacturing facility as well, the CAM facility. And then you can utilize the CAE softwares to carry out the analysis. Is there a need of learning programs of sensors and microprocessors for automobile engineers? Fine. See, all the automobiles, automobiles means automatically they are mobilizing themselves. Swayamchalit. So when the term auto is coming, that automobiles are nowadays are equipped with the sensors. The parking sensor is there, and the safety sensors like strain gauge based, the safety bags, they are there. Parking sensors, entertainment sensors are there. The door lock, door open, theft sensors are there. So nowadays the sensors are everywhere. So it is very essential for automobile engineer to know the sensors. And when we are using sensors, they are giving analog or digital input. But who will process that information? Who will control the system? So to control the system, we need microprocessor based system. So it is essential for automobile engineer to learn the sensors and the microprocessors. You should do that. So I hope I answered the question by Yukta. So I will wait for 2 minutes, and if there is no question, then I would like to sign off from this live session. what is the weightage of this course in exam? Whether we need to focus more on problematic question or theory. Sir, whether auto gear is automobile is sensor based. Fine. First, I will answer this question. Problematic question, or the question is like one learner is asking about the weight to given to the problems or numericals and the theory. So I would like to say the numericals may be around 30% to 40%. The questions based on numericals may be from 30 to 40% or maybe at the max 50%. And most of the questions are the theory based questions, say around 50 to 60%. Whether auto gear is automobile is sensor based, will you please write the question clearly? I'm not understanding the question. Yeah, one question is on the automated guided vehicles, right? So automated guided vehicles are widely used in the automated factories. The automated guided vehicles, the fundamental thing here is the navigation. So how to navigate them, how to uh, ask them to move in the on the shop floor, basically. So let me recall the various navigation techniques and technologies which are discussed in our lecture. So we have seen that we can have the wire-based control. So where we are having the embedded wire on the floor of the industry or the warehouse, wherever you want to have the movement of AGVs, or you can have the magnetic tape kind of thing, or you can magnetic tape, or you can have the laser-based navigation system, or you can have the inertial systems as well. So the best technique here is based upon the laser based techniques, because if you want to have the movement of the AGVs based upon the wires, you have to lay down the wires inside the shop floor. So for that purpose you have to cut the shop floor physically, and then you will have the limitations on the movement, so the flexibility would be less. But lasers, we can have the beacons. Beacons are nothing but the reflectory platforms, or reflectory reflecting platforms which are there in the company. So lasers will be passed through that beacons, and they are getting reflected. So based upon that reflection, the microprocessor is computing the location of that AGV inside the shop floor, or at the shop floor inside the factory. And then the microprocessor is taking the decision to maneuver itself in the inside the factory. So the laser is, but it may have the problem with the light intensity. So if the proper light intensity doesn't get, or there may be some artificial reflections it is getting, if there is interference in the reflections, that may lead to the problems, and it may lead to collision of the AGVs. So every system has pros and cons. So based upon the cost associated with the AGVs or the navigation technology that we are using in the AGVs, we have to choose the appropriate one. So what are the sensors used to measure the angles? For example, to measure the angle of vehicle turn. See, the angle of the wheel, I think Kiran Kumar is trying to ask the question about the will tilt angle or will inclination angle. So for that purpose, you can use any potentiometer based sensor. So as the rotation of the wheel, if the wheel is rotating from its the fundamental straight direction, so you can use potentiometer, but based upon the moment you can easily uh, find out the angle measurement. But if the vehicle, if you are talking about it, the vehicle is getting, it is moving over the certain path and it is getting a turn in left or right or wherever the direction. So for that purpose, GPS is the best technology, global positioning system nowadays, which is giving the online information about the the movement or the navigation of the automobile. Yeah, one question right on like the scope of automation in India since labor is cheap in India and see right. So I do not know about the charges of labors and the economics related to the labors or these things. I do not have the exact idea, so I don't want to comment about the utilization of the labors or the level of automation. It's affecting the labors. But let me tell you frankly, when the computers were started coming in India, the similar type of apprehension was there in the mind of people. But now you see that computers are giving, they are generating. It's the computers are generating more jobs than the manufacturing sector. So computer is automation basically. So people were very reluctant to utilize the computer. Many were frightened. They scared of using computers because they were saying that the computers will cut down their jobs. But nowadays, the IT industry or the IT service sector, on which is contributing more to our GDP, and computers are generating more jobs. So we should not relate the automation with the job cutting and also. The jobs are this is entirely different. So automations are producing the jobs. We require the skilled manpower. We require the skilled technocrats, knowledgeable people in automation. We are having a lot of gadgets. The smartphone is with us, but how many of us know how to utilize the smartphone to its 100% utilities? Many apps are there, many systems are there, many features are in smartphone. But if you don't know how to utilize the automated system, it is meaningless. So here we need the knowledgeable people, those who are having the knowledge about the automated systems. How do they work? Their fundamentals. So it is having electronics, it is having the mechanical systems, machines, mechanisms, computer science. Everything is there. But need not a single person need not to have the expertise of all these systems, but he should know or he should have the overview of the system, and one of them you can be the expert in this case. So automation will certainly not cut the jobs. It will enhance the jobs. It will create more jobs. That is my opinion. Yeah, Mayank, I think you joined little late. I said, no, I already told there will be 50 questions. Each question will carry 2 marks, and the total marks for 3 hours exam is 100 marks examination. So almost all questions are MCQ, multiple choice questions. One or two questions may be on the numericals where you have to enter the answer in numerals. let's for one more minute. Yeah, there is a question on the best training institute for automation and where. Uh, will you elaborate this question, please? I'm not understanding what exactly you want to ask to me. Fine with this, then I would like to end this live session. I really appreciate the enthusiasm of all the learners. So a lot of learners have approaching me and they're writing to me through the forums. And they're asking very good questions. The entire NPTEL IIT Guwahati team. We are thankful to all of you, and we are enjoying the interaction with you as well through forums. Feel free to contact through email, and we are there. There may be a little late in responding to your respective questions because of the logistic issues here, but definitely all the questions will be responded to you. We have finished, as I mentioned, the 10 weeks, the massive or the major portion of the course has already been communicated to you. The content is with you. Now 2 weeks are remaining, around 6 hours of learning content is to be shared with you, and that would be on pneumatics and the CNC technology. I hope you will enjoy the content, and I'm sure that you will get enriched experience in the next 2 weeks. Expected date of exam is 20th December, my friend. It is already announced. Mayank is asking. Fine. So with this, I know, would like to end. Thank you very much.